Right, done that channel, welcome. Right, start off immediately by saying thank you to new patron NCNN. Thank you very much, NCNN. Appreciate you, appreciate all the patrons. I say this every time and I'm becoming a bit self-conscious repeating myself on every video. But if it wasn't for the patrons, this channel wouldn't exist. People's contributions really do enable me to continue making these videos and sharing what I've learned. If you're new to me, basically I've got like over 25 years now experience making jewellery. Specialise in handmade, always very expensive, very high quality stones, and everything had to be done really perfectly. Because when you're making that kind of jewellery, you're serving the most wealthy people in the country, in the world even. Literally a billionaire I could name used to come to us for our jewellery and for stuff we did for him. Yeah, when you're making stuff for really wealthy people, bear in mind, they are used to the highest quality everything. They probably drove to you in the highest quality latest Bentley or something. And they live in the biggest house in the most desirable areas. All their furniture, chairs, tables, wardrobes, all like very expensive, imported from somewhere, like the highest quality wood, made the highest quality. Just everywhere they look, their curtains, their rugs they walk on, just everything is the best. Holiday in the best places, going to the most expensive restaurants and staying in the most expensive hotels. So when you're making jewellery for them, it's got to be good. It's got to be really perfect. They're used to high quality and they're extremely disappointed if there's any sort of problem in their perfect lives. You've got to do things really well first time. You don't want anything, you don't want any complaints. You just eliminate anything they could possibly say bad about it before you give it to them. So that's the kind of pressure I was under to make jewellery. So yeah, I learned a lot. The training was in the practice of actually working at that level is quite brutal, but left me with a very high skill level. And I've giving you my life story now. You can fast forward it if you want. Yeah, basically I've started a family, married a Japanese lady, and now I'm in Japan, and so raising a family here. I want to keep my skills alive. I'm not serving super wealthy customers anymore, but I've got all these skills and all this knowledge. I want to keep it going and make it useful for other people. So that's what this channel's about. I'm sharing the methods and the techniques of hand making jewellery to the highest level. It's not as if you can watch one video and then that'll be it. You'll be able to do it. It's going to take a lot of practice. There's a lot of suffering involved in this slow to learn skill. It takes literally years to get good at it. Anyway, this channel, these videos will fast forward you to get good. That's my aim for this channel. Shall I shut up now? Right, yeah, this is a talky video you probably already know. I'm responding to a comment I got, Soleil Magica. A little bit of a misunderstanding, nothing like hateful going on. I'm not like shouting back at anyone. So it was a response, it was a comment on a recent Diamond Amount of Bites video, like short little clips videos, titled "Don't be a one-trick pony jeweler." And the comment was, yeah, I'm going to disagree on that one. It's better to specialize and perfect yourself on one thing rather than be average at doing many things. I think I agree with that. Most people in trades will say, like, jack of all trades, ace at none. But that's a bit of a misunderstanding of what I was on about. I'm not talking about being a bit good at making jewellery, being a bit good at engraving, being a bit good at setting and whatever variations of this trade there is. I'm talking about, like, you want to make things, I said in that video, you've got to be able to make things of different styles. Because if you're like making stuff to sell online, if everything's just a bezel set, like oval, bezel set round, bezel set square, bezel set rings, bezel set pendants, all gets a bit sameish, a bit samey. You've got to be able to do variations of stuff. So here's a ring, I'm like part way through a full instructional guide. So this is a collet. I'm making two of these. I'm doing a full instructional guide at the moment. So this is something I've made for this stone. So I can use this to give you an example of what I mean by making things in different styles. Make that again for this stone so it fits everything, but make the collet, make the actual bezels taper down more. But it's still a 4-claw, still the same, but I just want it to taper down more. Make me another one with straight sides. Make me another one with round wire claws, just like this, but I want the claws wider at the top, thinner at the bottom, so they're tapering down. Make it again with a thinner top bezel, and I want the bottom bezel the same. So there's a bigger gap, but I want that same distance there, so the whole thing's going to be a bit deeper. Make it again with square wire claws. Make it again with square claws that taper down. Make them with a bit more of a flat, thinner at the bottom, nice and sharp, nice on top. Make it again 3 claws. Make it again 4 claws, 5 claws, 6 claws, 7 claws. I want an 8-claw version, but for a princess cut stone. But basically the same angles on the side, do it for a cushion stone, do all the different shaped stones. I want it for all the calibrated shaped stones, being able to make exactly that, and then exactly that, but with straight sides, or exactly that with a bigger daylight hole, different amount of claws, odd shaped colour stones where they got the big bellies on them and stuff. I want it single stones. I want that 3-stone version and all the different variations of claws I should be able to choose from. If I'm your customer, I should be able to say I want a 5-claw centre and I want 3 claw on the sides, but just like that. 5-claw centre, 3 claw sides, but with a bigger daylight hole or a different shaped daylight hole. I want just like a circle in the middle. I want it to sort of bend up and down. I don't like that parallel. I want it kind of rounded. I want the top bezel flat like that. I want the bottom bezel going like D shape. So the daylight hole is flat on top, rounded on the bottom half, and then the bottom of the collet is round as well. Suits are good for suiting the centre stone in a 3-stone ring. Any variation you can think of, you should be able to make that in all the different shapes of stones, and for different gemstones that are all wonky and weird as well, that don't even let you do it easily. You've got to start playing with tricks and illusions, and this is what I mean by about making things in different styles. And you should be able to do all of that for pendants, earrings, rings of different styles, everything. So that's what I mean about not being a one-trick pony. Or you want bezel set, I can do that for you. You want a bezel set, you want the chain to go through the back of a pendant, like bezel set, but there's no hanging ring on top. Do you want the chain to go back through the back of the piece, or you want it hang on the top, or do you want like a nice... So I think you get the point, going on and on about it, picking on this collet, but you know, there's just thousands of different ways to do essentially the same thing, same collet for the same stone. There's a million different ways to do it, and I think it's good for your business to be able to do things in different styles, because customers they'll want, some people just want what they want and they won't entertain any other idea. All you can do is advise them on what's good and what's bad about it. Some people want like 2 claws on a big diamond. That's not really safe. You can do it and get away with it, but it's a bit of a liability. Or they want like really thin claws around a big emerald, and like you can advise them a little bit. Okay, you can do claw set, but they've got to be big and strong, and yeah, this ring has got to be made properly. And bear in mind, customer knows about delicacies of emerald and stuff, so you can advise customers on what's good practice and what's good ideas or not, but essentially they want what they want. So if you can do any design, it's good for your business to be able to offer it. One thing, I remember years ago when I was in Bath, and I walked past a jeweller, and the lady serving had like a Cookson catalogue out. She was showing a customer different collets. It's like, oh my God, like literally they couldn't make anything. All they could offer customers was what they could buy from a jewellery supply store, basically. I thought it was terrible. I would never think of doing that. I think that was really awful practice. So yeah, if you want to specialise in hand making stuff, you've got to basically be able to do everything, not just you can only do bezel set and the customer comes in and wants claw set something, and you just start trying to talk them out of it and making up excuses like it's a bad idea or something. If they sense that you can't do it and you're just going to try and fob them off with some other idea, they'll likely walk away. You won't see them again, and I think that's quite right. You should be able to offer them what they want. Maybe only with some advice on claws are too thin for this big stone. Maybe 2 claws is not quite safe enough. This doesn't suit that ring, other ring you wear, you know, that kind of thing. But basically, you should really be able to give a customer what they want. So this is a response video to a comment. I've very rarely done this. I think I've done it once before in like 5 years of making videos. I get nasty comments all the time, and I don't respond to them. I easily just ignore them. But this one, there's no hate in this one, but a little bit a misunderstanding. So I wanted to talk more about what I actually meant. And so it was like a part 2 of that video they commented on. So anyway, thank you for your comment. If you want to comment yourself, did I talk too much? People always complain I talk too much, which is fine too. There's a lot in my head I need to get out, and sometimes talking is the only way to communicate to people on video. Right, cool, yeah, so if you like this video, interesting, entertaining, whatever, if you wouldn't mind clicking like and subscribe, helps the channel grow. If you want to take a step further, you can become a Diamond Mount patron. It's patreon.com/Diamond Mounters, link in description, click on that. You can find out about all the benefits of becoming a Diamond Mount patron. If not, just watch the next video. I hope you join me again on the next upload. So cool, thanks for watching, bye.